I did part 2 of the mental health assessment last week.
Yeah.
Dr. Corbin.
How'd that go for you?
Could have went better, I guess.
So, you know, he obviously sent me a report.
Oh,
Sorry, my apologies. She felt you had an unspecified psychotic disorder.
What does that mean, unspecified?
Well, I guess she's not sort of labeling it as schizophrenia, or I guess there could be a whole bunch of reasons why you could be having psychosis. I'm just letting you know what she said.
Is psychosis what you're saying? She didn't say that.
She said unspecified psychotic disorder.
Psychotic disorder.
Yeah.
She told me in the meeting it was like only an hour.
Yeah.
It seemed kind of rushed. Like you don't want to like review anything that I'm going through. It's not really your job, it's the police's job.
Right.
But she's reviewed things. She specifically, so she said that I'm stressed.
Okay.
Quote unquote stressed. Which is, I guess, and when I was in hospital, which the police did that, I was labeled paranoid.
Okay.
So psychosis is, I guess, I'm not educated, but I guess it's like a reality thing, right?
Correct.
And she kind of talked about that with, she said there could be like a baseline, you know, like a great baseline, what have you, but since you're stressed, she kept on referring to like what she sees in other people.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm like, well, I forget what the exact word she says, but she said like perceived like events and things, right?
Okay.
And I'm like, well, I'm telling you facts about me being threatened or, you know, assaulted multiple times. You know, like these are facts, these are happening, right? And she brought up like a police report on saying that I'm filming, and she brought up something pretty interesting that wasn't true. And I spent on September 26th and 7th, I went down here to Esquimalt Police Department, and also the next day I went to Vic PD to Police Department, easy for me to say. And the police report that she talked to me about in the session supposedly doesn't exist. So the lady here that's in the office at the Esquimalt Police, she said that, well, obviously the psychiatrist, someone told her about me filming. And then when I went to Vic PD the next day and talked to, I think it was a detective because he didn't have a uniform, and then there was like a uniformed police officer next to him talking to me. And he's like, well, there's no police report or file about what you're even talking to me about. So I'm confused about the information that she reviewed from police doesn't even exist officially.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I
it's kind of weird, right?
Yeah. So her suggestions, and I'm just going to read it to you, and then we can, you know, ignore it or talk about something else. Anyway.
Okay.
So you declined the offer of medication today. If in the future he's open to trialing a psychiatric medication, she made a recommendation of a type. Renee accepted the offer of being connected with peer support. John will follow up with him regarding this. Okay. I'm unclear regarding Renee's driving status. If he is currently driving, please consider referring him for a driving assessment. I'd recommend an organic workout with a psychosis screen, including labs and consideration of brain imaging, if Renee is agreeable in future. I've offered to see Renee in future if you'd like to further discuss the suggestion of antipsychotic therapy. You consented to records being accessed from Alberta, and you've been discharged from the intake service.
Was it? Oh.
Like, I mean, she's not, I guess you guys parted ways kind of, right?
In Alberta?
No, I mean, that's just her saying that she's kind of signing off the case. Like, she saw you, she's rendered her opinion, she's, like, you're not going back to talk to this Dr. Corbin, right? I mean, you don't have any other appointments with her, right? No.
I'm only doing this because Drive Safe BC is, and you are making me do this to get my Class 1 license back.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so...
And like for the record,
Yeah.
she I think point 2 or 3 she talks about my driving.
Yeah, well, I'll read it again just to clarify. I'm unclear regarding Renee's driving status, so I guess I'm assuming she's implying whether you have a license or not.
I have a valid Alberta driver's license.
Right.
And I passed at 4 in the morning in August of last month.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. I passed a field sobriety test. So I've obviously peed for you in a cup. And our CMP pulled me over at 4 in the morning last month and did a field sobriety test, and I passed. Also,
Yeah.
last week, ICBC, I had to renew my car insurance.
Yeah.
Excuse me, my car insurance.
Yeah.
And my premium went down 10%.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, if
Yeah.
that, and I can show you if but I'm not lying to you. So
Yeah.
my premium went down 10%.
Yeah. Do you have any questions about what she's said here?
I'm just laughing.
Okay.
Just inside, right? Like, so she's. What was the point? It's like 4 words. Unspecified psychotic disorder.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I'm being attacked, talked to you about this before,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And no one reviews the evidence.
Yeah.
Then a doctor can say that I'm going through, you say psychosis, she says I'm going through some sort of mental health, which she said in the meaning stressed.
Right.
So why am I being punished for me being attacked?
As I say, I'm just the messenger.
I know.
I'm just letting you know. Yeah. So I think that may, I don't know, because I don't know all the information that she reviewed.
Doctor,
and whatnot.
it's a fair question though, right?
Yeah.
Like why am I being punished?
Right.
So okay, so now that I've done what you wanted to do with this mental health assessment.
Yeah.
So where do I stand with my BC Class 1 license?
Yeah, I don't know. She wants you to get a different driving assessment. So I'll have to look into what that's all about.
A driving assessment.
Yeah.
And didn't I spend the last year since November of 2023 going around Victoria on all the places here and there talking about a driver assessment? And then when I came back here not that long ago, you said I'm going about it the wrong way, saying the wrong thing.
Right.
And now I've gotten a mental health assessment, and now this mental health assessment, he says I need a driver assessment.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I see where you're coming from. Yeah.
And didn't you say, I quote, they sure are giving you a hard time? You did say that, right?
If I said that, then I'm not disputing it.
So doesn't
this
this
memory? Yeah.
So doesn't this kind of like?
Yeah. So I think you came and saw me. I'd have to like there's a medical examination. So you come in here, you get seen. Can you see the eye chart? Is your blood pressure okay? Et cetera, et cetera. So there's also a driving assessment. So that's where you go and probably take a driver's test. I'm not exactly sure. Yeah.
December of 2023.
Yeah.
I have a valid Class 1 Alberta driver's license, right?
Yeah.
So
what do you have to?
So I had to see a doctor.
Yeah.
I had to get a medical.
Yeah.
And I had to do the eye test and thing that you just mentioned to have a valid Class 1 license.
Yeah.
Because technically, you might not like to hear this, but originally the first form that we got was for me to do that test that I did with the lovely nurse there, I forget her name, and I passed with a 27 out of 30 for that memory test. Stuff.
Yeah.
But I needed to do it within the 30 days.
Yeah.
You were busy. It was around Christmas time.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And someone from your office, when I called Drive Safe BC, I have it recorded.
Yeah.
Someone sent something to them.
Okay.
And the lady knew, but she didn't tell me. She knew my license was going to be canceled because your office didn't request extra time, and only a doctor could request an extra 30 days. So since it got past 30 days and I didn't do that test that I ended up passing shortly after that, they automatically canceled my license. And now it's been a year, which it seems that there's no end in sight on me getting my license.
I don't know.
It's kind of like I feel like I'm getting screwed over, doctor.
I hear you.
So, okay, so I kind of cut you off. So
No.
you said like about like the driver assessment that there's the eye test and thing like that. Like we could do that, and technically I've already done that since I do have a valid Canada license.
Now, who's this Myrna psychometrist at Victoria Forensic Clinic? Who's that?
That's news. I'm not sure. What's the date?
September 20th. BC Mental Health and Substance Use Services Forensic Psychiatric Services Commission. So.
That's issued by the court.
Okay. Yeah. So they sent us something. A request for information.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah,
I'm obliged to send that.
Yeah, no. Well, they asked for my permission.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they asked for my permission to sign 3 things. So.
Okay. So
I can already see how the future is going.
Yeah. So are you then obliged to see a psychiatrist through forensics?
I do.
Do you know?
I already did step 1, and now I
Okay.
have to do step 2.
Okay.
Because me investigating the police attacking me turned into harassment, and I have things documented on people lying, but it's being ignored, and my evidence on what people are doing and harming me my evidence is being ignored, and mental health is being pushed on blame to cover up people's actions.
Okay.
And so whatever, if no one likes to hear that, that's what's happening.
So what is it we have to do about your driving then? What do we need to do to get that sorted out?
Well, you guys have to contact Drive Safe BC and say, sorry that we didn't do the test in time, but Renee's passed all the tests. Renee has a valid Alberta driver's license. His insurance went down 10% this year. There's no issues with his mental health.
Well, I can't say that if she says you have this disorder, whatever language you use there.
An unspecified disorder, which she said I'm stressed. And I have the recording of her saying that I'm stressed, but now it says I have an unspecified thing. Which, what does that even mean?
I'll try to write to Road Safety BC and find out what we need to do here.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know, Renee, this is obviously like, as you pointed out, we're kind of going around a bit in circles, and I hear you. I'm not sure.
You know that I've gotten threats about me leaving the province, right? And this whole, what's happening to me right now is kind of like people are like direct messaging me like anonymously, threatening to leave the province, right? Someone asked if I want a hand or a foot cut off.
Right.
I've had like an email, like a death threat.
I'm not sure you've told me all that before. I know you've told me some of it, yeah.
Yeah, and that's only like a third of like the harm that's been done to me, right? And these are actual things that are happening. So
how does that tie into you getting a driver's license?
Well, you said your words, they sure are giving you a hard time. And look what's happening. I've done the mental health assessment.
Yeah.
And now it's still not clear if I'm going to get my BC driver's license back. So now I don't have any BC identification.
Oh, I see.
Right. So my EI medical ran out last week.
Right.
So I have no money coming in. And how can I apply for support because I don't have any BC ID?
Gotcha. Are you able to get BC ID at the the driver's license place?
I went there like a couple of days ago, and 9 months ago they took away my service card, my health card.
Oh.
I'm really really not being treated really fairly. Like, why is all this happening to me?
I don't know. Renee, what I'll do is I'll write to Road Safety and find out what we need to do. Like, I'm at a loss to say, what is it they need from me at this point.
Okay.
not sure. I'm not sure what else I can do. I mean, I think that you and I have gone through this, and I don't know what else I can do.
Because you're sticking with what when I reported being attacked to police, they took me to the hospital, and the hospital labeled me as paranoid and took away my rights. And then you, last time I spoke with you, you said that you're just going to stick with them and saying that I'm paranoid. And now this new mental health assessment said that it's undiagnosed psychiatric something. She called it stress.
Yeah.
So I'm being punished that I'm stressed because I'm being attacked?
Well, I don't know. I mean, that's...
And what about your office sending something to Drive Safe BC in the first place a year ago and not requesting extra time when I ended up passing that test, which is kind of... Right? I feel something isn't really fair to that. Like...
I don't know.
November.
I think it was this, wasn't it this Trails B thing? Wasn't that where you took too long or something? Or I don't know.
That's news to me. I passed the test 27 out of 30, did I not?
Yeah.
But
yeah, this test you passed, yeah.
Yes, but before that test, it was already like the 30 days like ran out because I couldn't see you.
Yeah, I don't think. Just give me a sec here. Those, yeah, so those tests you did pass.
But back in November,
That was like the end of January. You did all those tests or whatever. January of or thereabouts.
after Christmas, but before that, I had that letter that gave me 30 days in November. I had 30 days, and your office didn't request extra time, and the doctor was the only person. And no, yeah, it was a phone call. I talked to you on the phone, and you said that you look into it or that you would whatever. But when I called Drive Safe BC, she already knew my license was going to be canceled. So what happened like with that?
Yeah, I don't know.
And now I can't get it back, doctor.
Renee, I don't have an answer for you. I don't know. I'll see what I can do. That's all I can say. I don't know what else to do. You know, I mean, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I'm not the one that pulls all the strings. Like, it's not just about me to say this guy's good to drive, right? Like, that's not.
I fully agree with you, Dr. Nielsen. Yeah. But I'm homeless, living in my car.
Yeah.
My medical EI ran out. No money coming in. I'm being attacked. Yeah. Whether y'all don't want to look at it, or like the evidence, or like what have you. And now I can't get support because I don't have any ID. So I'm kind of, I know you're like, well, you're kind of like, you're shrugging your shoulders, but I mean, like Dr. Corbin says I'm stressed. Well, yeah.
Do you, is this something that our social worker could help you with?
So I think on part 2, it says that John, I'm going to see like some kind of counselor. Yeah. So I see someone on Thursday.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But they're only like kind of like a babysitter where they're like do some paperwork and stuff. But I don't think they have any.
Well, I don't think they're going to get your driver's license, but I mean, if they may be able to help you, you know, access finances and stuff. Like, I mean, I don't know what John's going to be doing, but
I'm going to talk to him.
Okay. Well, why don't you start with that, and then yeah, I don't know. I wish there's more I can do. I'm not sure there is, but I will write to the road safety and find out what else they need. I don't know what else I can do.
Okay. So you're going to tell them like all like the updated stuff?
Yeah, I'll just get a clarification as to what they need. You know, you're jumping through all these hoops, and it sounds like you're getting through them, and you know.
Okay. I'm sorry, I don't mean to take up any more of your time. I'm sorry. Could I have a printout of what Dr. Corbin submitted? Because she needed time to like type it up, and she said that she would fax it here. And she says once it was done and you received it, I can get a copy of it.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry.
We have a lot to talk about today, right?
Pardon me?
There's a lot to talk about today. I mean, just going through her stuff, even, right?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I know. I'm not trying to put pressure on you. I know it doesn't have to just do with you, sir. I'm by myself. I'm trying to do the best I can, man. I even told her, I'm like, well, like, I'd sure be less stressed if I get my class 1 back in BC, because then I can maybe get income.
What's preventing you from going to Alberta? Like, if you have a class 1 there, right? We've never talked about that. Big size. Is it it's a big issue? Can of worms we don't need to open?
No, it's not that, man. It's yeah. Thank you, sir.
I do believe that's all there.
I'll get out of your hair. Where's the undiagnosed thing? Where does it say that?
Page 3, right?
Okay, cool. Thank you, sir.
Alright, bye for now.
Alright, take care. Oh, like I should, in 2 weeks, you should know? I should like come back and see you in 2 weeks?
How should we leave it? That's a good question. Maybe you can check in and see if we've heard back then.
Okay.
Because if we haven't heard back from them, then there's no point in making an appointment. Right?
Yeah, but not to put any pressure, like does 2 weeks give you enough time to like reach out to them?
It's not about me, it's about them getting back to me.
Getting back to you.
Yeah, we're going to send a letter out today.
Okay.
Before I leave.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We have a board cat.